Hello, Zohaib. How are you?
I'm okay, sir. How are you?
Yes, I'm all right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. So I sent you the last part of this mock today.
Yep.
So as I said, there are 4 sections of 45 minutes. So this whole thing you can see. What I did was, this is the typical exam style. It flows from the first section to the second section to the third to the fourth.
Yep.
Unfortunately, you don't see the second till you complete the first. You don't see the third till you complete the second. You don't see the fourth till you complete the third.
Very, very important, I suppose, to keep the right approach in the first one, because you can't change your approach.
You can't contradict anything. Whatever you have said in the earlier, once it comes to the last part of it, or the second or third or fourth. So you have to remember it's real life, and therefore everything what we say is not like a answer in a fictitious exam paper. Here it's real life, and therefore we need to have that strong commitment to remember everything whatever we have written and to maintain that for the next 3 hours.
Yep.
Right? So today it's all about total quality management, first part of it.
Yep.
And you saw the film, the problem what we had was, we had poor quality and we had to go through a lot of crises, and thank God now we see at the fourth section the things have come up well for them. So this always can happen. From adversity we can come up to a good position, and this is what has happened. So first thing what we must discuss is, before we go into the question, what is total quality management, Zohaib?
It's a theory about the to manage the production and all that, isn't it? Like like
it could be anything. It could be production. It can be a service. It can be a good anything. But
but there's certain steps that you have to isn't it? Like
it's basically, I just want to do a couple of slides with you quickly on the total quality management, just to refresh yourself.
Yes. Will you be able to send this slide to me later as well, please?
Yes.
Thank you.
So basically, when you say total quality management, as the word says, total means everyone in the value chain is involved in the process of quality. So earlier we remember we had quality control departments, quality inspection departments, the others do the thing, and finally some people will check the quality. But when you talk about total quality management, there is no specific person responsible for quality. Everyone is responsible for quality. So in the film industry, for example, from pre-production right up to the special effects, whoever who is involved should be bothered about the total quality. So that's what we call the value chain. The people who add value to the film should get involved in the quality of the film also, rather than waiting till just 2 months before the screening, you say the quality is bad. Right? And the quality means, earlier in our traditional thing, we set the quality. What do you mean? We set up a certain quality and we say, okay, if we can reach that one, that's what we call standards. We try to attain a standard. But now it's much more beyond that one. Quality is not what we said. The quality must meet the customer requirement. Ultimately, the customer who will decide what you produce is of right quality or not. It is not our standard. And the management means the quality is actively managed than controlled. So it's not a question of controlling the quality. You manage the whole process so that the problems are prevented from occurring. Right? So from the beginning. So what we see here, probably they did not have a TQM approach till the film was produced, and just 2 months before the thing, and you saw the hassle they had to go through, the excitement, the tension, and the extra money that they had to spend it, all that kind of a thing happened because they did not have a proper project management and they did not have a proper quality management. So if they had this kind of approach of everyone being responsible, uh, always looking from the customer's point of view, in this case the film viewer's point of view of the quality, and if they have been able to manage the quality right throughout rather than waiting it to happen at the end, then that would have been the total quality management. So total quality management works on basically three principles. First thing, get it right first time. We don't want to go to a second time and a third time like what we saw in this case. The special effect, they did it 3 times. First they did it, it was not okay. They spent another 16 million and they did it with the same people, Jonathan. And then they went to a third party and they finally seems to have got it done. But that's not total quality management. Get it right first time. Second one, total quality management is continuous improvement. Now, just because the film has come up well, you are not going to be satisfied. Okay, this is the quality we must maintain. We must look for the next film much more better quality than what we have done today. That is what we call continuous improvement, which is arising from the Japanese concept of Kaizen system, where it is always continuous improvement. You are never satisfied with the status quo. You are not going to say, you will say, yes, you all have done a good job, but you are not going to be, putting up music and all that kind of a thing and celebrating, because you want to still do better next time. So that's the message that will come up. Yes, this film is good, but we want better film next time when the production team goes for it. So you are continuously thinking, you are never happy with the status quo. Third one, it is always customer focus, not our predetermined standard, because you remember in this case, at certain point they thought it was all right. But again, they thought it may not be liking to the customer. So ultimately, it is the film viewer who has to decide the quality, not our set qualities. So I think that is why Anton Chan was very, very keen to get that Plate with the Howell's intervention and to get it done. Looks like they have adopted the things what you mentioned in the earlier one to get the price reduced, whatever. And now it looks like it has come up very well and things are happening. So this is the quality management. A little bit more. When you go for the TQM principle, they might ask, as I said, the get it right first time. So basically you want a zero defects, zero rejects kind of a situation. We must ensure that all customer needs are satisfied. It works on a just-in-time principle. Now, just-in-time is not just about the inventory. It's everything working according to the value chain. When one process is over, the other process will start happening. So there are no bottlenecks, no bottlenecks kind of a thing. Right. Then continuous improvement. So you may not achieve the best thing, but that is your target ultimately, to have the very best coming up. So till that happens, you will be thinking of improvement of the quality. This is what we call the Kaizen approach.
Continue challenging yourself.
Yeah, always. This is the Japanese method. It has its plus points, but I think it has its own negative points also, because there is some kind of a feeling that whatever you do is not appreciated by the manager. And that can create some kind of a demotivational effect, because,
it doesn't work in Western society. Like you have to celebrate.
It doesn't work in the Western society, because the Western society goes on a different concept. They try to appreciate, and they always say, the two words, thank you and sorry, is in the Western language.
But celebrating all the time.
Because they want to celebrate the little things, and that's the way they have been moving forward. But the Japanese system was the other way about. They never are satisfied. They want more, better. Sometimes it's very frustrating. Now, Look at these people. They would have gone through a big hassle, and now they have put up ultimately a good box of his hit film. And when the CEO or some person says, yes, all right, but next time you must do better than this, it is killing your motivation.
Yes. Yeah. That's why highest suicide rate in the world.
Exactly, right. Japan has the highest suicide rate, probably because there is no appreciation, because all of us, we need appreciation.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah. So that's the Western society, but this is a kind of a thing, but I think it must be some kind of a balance. We can adopt it all the time.
Yep.
Then it should be ultimately customer focused. So the film, it's not we who decide, it is the people who view the film who will decide whether the film is good or bad. How this happens is, the approach for this is, we have something called a kind of a, it must come from the very top, the quality. The people at the very top must insist on quality, and they must show their commitment to quality. They are not going to get satisfied with anything less than the quality. So I think this is where Anton Chan was very, very strong. He was not happy even after spending 16 million. He wanted some more better quality. He spoke to Howell and arranged some other firm to do the final finishing or whatever it may be. So what happens in a total quality management, you have something called a quality circle. Quality circle. Some volunteers from various divisions getting together and looking at the problems on a regular basis. So immediately they would have seen the special effects are not happening very well, and they will investigate, they will analyze. It's a more of a proactive measure, and they will recommend the solutions also to the management. So it's a voluntary approach. It's a team process, and how they are going to solve the problem. So the quality circles is the component of total quality management. These are a couple of things that I want you to remember. I will send you this whole set of slides. It has many things which is relevant to the new modern business environment, which we should always look at whenever we do some things today.
Yeah.
Okay. So now let's look at the question. So now finally from February we have moved into May 2017. And the problems that threaten the launch of DC-3 has been overcome, and the film is screened. Now it is on the past tense, on the schedule, and now it is expected to be a smash in box office scene. Now, the moment you see this one, I'm sure you will be very, very happy. You are very anxious about the whole thing. Suddenly, things have come right, so you will be very, very happy, and you must express that happiness in your memo or whatever. So, the lady is so happy, the finance director. She's inviting you for a cup of coffee, and then she says, I take it that you have seen the good news about the reaction of the media. This newspaper article is very typical of the coverage that we have been receiving. I just come from the board meeting. Directors are in a reflective mood now that DC-3 is finally in the cinemas. You can imagine the tension that they would have gone through after spending so much of money, the very first 4D film, going through a lot of crises one after the other. But now I suppose, they can take a look, take a seat back, and they also would have watched the film. They are keen to look ahead of future production of films. Now, that is something I'm sure you as the finance manager will be congratulating the board. Because they are not just satisfied with, not that they are not satisfied, they are satisfied, but they are not going to stop it there. They want to see where we went wrong and how we can improve it for the future production of films. So they have decided they must focus more on TQM. I want you to catch on the word more. That means not that they don't have TQM, they have it, but they want to have more emphasis on TQM.
So we don't have to introduce TQM in the answer. We don't have to tell the benefit.
Exactly, yes. Yeah, because already they have TQM, so we don't need to talk about the TQM thing. If they were talking about introducing TQM, you will be talking about getting right first time, all that. But here,
or if they were asking what about any methods of any proactive approach to control and introduce TQM.
That's correct. In that case, you would have to go through all the principles and explain it. Now, why I say these things, because sometimes moment you say the TQM, you will try to write all the theoretical aspects of the TQM into the paper.
Can they ask question like that? What do you think? Or
yeah, they can put up. They can say that we want to introduce TQM. What are the features of TQM? Can you write a briefing paper to the board of directors?
So you have to remember them by heart.
Yeah. What roles should be done, so that the 3 or 4 slides what I said, what we're talking about will be very useful on that kind of answer.
Just like the main 3 things about the
three principles.
Yes, right first time.
Get it right, get first time, customer satisfaction, and continuous improvement.
We have in our company, Travelodges, I found out the 10 biggest growing companies in 2016 in UK.
Okay.
Surprised. We have something called right first time rooms, so because we are a hotel, so
right.
we right first time. So when we cleaners check the rooms, we make sure the rooms are clean and everything, and we have to make sure that we clean the room first time the right way, or there's steps to clean the room.
That is total quality management. That is total quality management they have adopted with a theme specific for them. That is what they have done, because they would have put that commitment from top to bottom to see that the room is right at the very first look at.
Yes, called right first time room we call it. So I realized it came from here.
Yeah. So that is it is coming from the total quality management. Because when you have that kind of a statement coming from the top, everyone in the organization is involved in it. That is what the total quality management. Total means everyone getting involved.
Yes.
So we have been basically told adapting our approach to allow the fact that the board believes that we should focus more on total quality management, adapting our approach to allow for the fact that we subcontract significant aspects of our special effect designs and other areas to third parties. So basically, we have to be aware when we subcontract things like what we have seen in the film industry. What they say is we have to be mindful that it's not we are manufacturing every part of it. We are getting some outsiders to do some outsourced work. So how the total quality management can work in that kind of a scenario? This is your question. This is your thinking need to be, right? It's all about adapting our approach to allow, so the TQM should be adapted to allow for the fact that we subcontract. Normally, TQM works very well where we are doing everything by ourselves. But when we are getting things from outsiders, we have another additional burden or additional kind of a responsibility to ensure that what we get from the third party is also meeting the quality needs of ours.
So we have to involve them in our process.
Exactly. Yeah. That is why normally in the manufacturing industry, when we go for total quality approach, when we go for JIT, we select our very top class suppliers. We don't want to deal with everyone. We select the very reliable top class people, and they will supply the quality what we require on the very first time.
Yes.
So we do not know whether Jonathan's is one of those people, Jonathan's had a bit of a tough time with this film. They could not do it,
Yeah.
and finally we had to get another party to do it. So probably,
That's Starter is probably the moving
yeah,
forward. Probably.
yeah, because they
Yeah.
came and finished it, but it really
Yes.
shows something was wrong in our either selection or in managing Jonathan's.
Yeah. Yes, that's true. Actually. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe because the
Yeah.
Jonathans have done some work for us earlier, so maybe it's not the
Mm.
fault of the Jonathans, but we did not manage Jonathans properly, or some
Mm.
problem had happened.
Or we did not do. We didn't have the project management set up properly.
Exactly, because you
So
remember
we
in one of the sections
check
was
the
about the
quality.
project management.
Yeah. So we
Because
didn't check the quality of the product
yeah,
on the
yeah,
frequent
yeah.
frequent.
Exactly. Now what they are trying to do is they are trying to introduce this into this setup so that in future films they will be looking for total quality management. So probably they will set up quality circles who will be looking at the quality from all aspects. We come out with the problems, will come out with solutions to the management, and the management will try to implement those solutions.
Mm.
Right? So some of the board members, so that's first part of the thing. Boards, please draft a paper for me to discuss board's view on the maintenance approach to EQA. Some of the members were concerned that the successful launch of the DC3 will increase our share price. They are misplaced concern that this means that we must now be paying more for finance. So, because what they believe is when the share price goes up, right, you have to you have to the cost of equity will go up with the share price. That is what they believe.
Mm.
So it's a misconception. So we have discussed that one. Please discuss the implications of a successful launch for our WAC in order to address both fears. So this is all what they have said. And then we have the business recorder, right? You remember that for the paper who was very critical at one time saying that we will not be launching the film and the rivals
Mm.
were saying something. So that was the
Mm.
story in May 2017. But here in February 2017, they put up a nice picture of so many people wanting to get into the film area. That's the kind of a
Mm.
thing what they are putting up now.
Mm.
US cinemas opened last week with the launching of the premiere show of DC3, and the crowds gathered were standing in queue from early hours, desperate to buy a ticket and watch the film. There were reports of fights between potential fanatic film goers on somehow wanting to see the film on the first day itself. Social media sites had many first impression reviews, with most commentators agreeing that the film was very much better than expected. As expected, all shows are running houseful all over USA. Past 1 week, and online booking system sites are jammed with so many wanting to book the tickets. So, complete 360-degree turnaround with the
Yep.
Plate coming into the scene. The film which was supposed to be a failure and we were trying to break even, here we can't cope up. The cinemas can't cope up. People are fighting to
Yep.
buy the tickets. The online sites are getting jammed, and it's going to be a huge success.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe with the early article, the share prices would have dropped, maybe. But now, with the new setup, the share prices have going up because
Oh,
the
yes.
social media, the Facebook, all those people have come out with very good reviews, and they are very
Worried
first.
about declaring the loss in the first quarter.
Yeah,
Uh, and now in May, we've just got really good
yeah,
news.
because you remember that we were thinking about disclosures and all that kind of a thing, including thinking of making a provision, which we said the IAS 37 cannot make a provision because it's not a present obligation. But now we can see it's a complete turnaround.
Yep.
So they have done something and it has come up very well. So this is basically your idea. Now one thing you must get into that, the mentality, the emotional thing, you also should be very, very happy with the outcome that has come.
Really, really pleased to hear.
Yeah, because it's something, and we may want to congratulate Anton Chan and Howell for bringing Plate and getting the thing done and making it a box of his success, which earlier we thought will be a total failure. Right. So now, again, we are going 15 minutes reading, 5 minutes to wrap up, 20 minutes. The balance 25 minutes, we have two tasks here. One about the TQM. The second one, it's all about the WAC and the returns. So let's start with the TQM part of it, first of all. So as I said, they want to put more TQM, so we don't need to need to talk about the TQM basics and fundamental. What we can say is we do agree that TQM is an important concept for Menti. TQM is an important concept for Menti, because our film viewers will be looking at social media for the comments and reviews.
You just give me 2 seconds, yeah?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Right.
Sorry, I had some food at the same time when we started, so I need to wash my hands. Right. Yes.
Right. Okay. Right. Okay. All right.
Yes.
Right. So we must, after putting up the introduction, all that.
I'm reading the news, and I would like to at this situation. I would like to congratulate Angren Chan and Howell for bringing in Plate
and making it a great success.
Making a great success and getting such a positive outcome out of nowhere.
That's correct.
And then
and also we must congratulate the board for being very positive to look for the future production from the lessons learned from here and to introduce more of TQM.
So what do you say? Do you say things like, because you might sound like a bit bossy and stuff, saying, "Oh, I appreciate the board is going in the right direction," and and the step. Or do you want to say, "I'm really," or should I rather say, I appreciate the positive approach," as if it sounds like as if now they not understand that, or now they've learned from the mistake, the right thing.
Yeah,
it's just a bit.
It's good. It's good because we are in the very senior management, right?
Yes.
And you're not going to offend them and to say that they were foolish and they did not do it, anything like that. But you're going to appreciate whatever the good things that is going to happen in the company for the betterment of the company.
Okay.
Yes. Right. You're not going to, you're not going to say, "I told you so and you didn't do it," and all that kind of a.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Right? But to say that you appreciate all the good things that's happening is a very nice way, and that gives a feeling that you're part of the management team appreciating what the good things what they are doing. Don't try to be overcritical of what happened in the past. Many people don't like to know what happened in the past or to say "I told" and all that kind of a thing. But to appreciate what's happening, be a part of the management team is the role that is going to be that is going to make you a better person in the eyes of the company top management. Right. So I will start off. Yes, there is this deal about the TQM, which I believe is a very important thing for us, because the TQM is very important concept for maintain, right? Maintain, because most of the film users will be putting up their comments on the reviews on the social media and other online communication. And if the film is bad, they will put up some bad comments, and which will discourage other potential film viewers even to come and watch the film. You can see it is the social media that has brought all those comments and all that, has brought such a massive impact and a cue,
powerful, yes.
and a cue to see the film.
Basically, what we're saying is the social media will help through the word of mouth to bring more viewers, bring more viewers and bring more attention to.
Exactly. If you remember, 90% of your advertising is already spent before the launch.
Yes.
Right? It is the only 10% more to be spent on advertising. So from the time the film is launched, it is not your TV advertisement. It is the people's views that is coming to the social media that will take more and more people compel or encourage to come and watch the film. If they put some bad comments saying the sounds are very noisy and dinosaurs were in a desert or something like that, you are not going to have people watching the film. So that is why quality is very important for a company like Menti.
Absolutely. Also, there is always there's two type of film goers. One who watch any film, whatever happens, they go try to watch first show. There's people who come back and then read the reviews or watch the reviews and then think about it and then sort of book the tickets.
Exactly. Right. I think the second category is more, because in the first day, first show.
Absolutely.
Because the film has to run for 6-7 weeks, and for that to happen, the second category is the important category. It all depends on the first category people who will come and put up their comments on the social media. Right? So any failures in a film, from the public's point of view will be serious and will be noticeable, because the social media will go all out and it will be very serious and will be noticeable. And the viewers will feel that the film is a failure, and they may not want to come and watch the film wasting their time. Right? So you can see how important the quality for a company like the Menti, and this is where I think the problem would have happened for not assuring the quality, where they have gone into a kind of a thing. So here we depend on third party, outsourced people for special effects and many other work. Right? But it does not necessarily mean that our approach should be different on TQM.
Yes.
Right? Just because, that is what they are asking, just because they have some outsourced parties bringing them all sorts of things, whether our approach should be different, but it need not be. We can still have the TQM, and anything that is coming up from outsourced like special effects should be inspected, thoroughly by the quality circles before they are launched or before they are input into the production process.
So basically the TQM should be implemented regardless of,
Yeah,
if,
whether that's correct. What we're trying to say is it doesn't matter whether we are purchasing from outside or whether we are getting outsourced services or whether we are having in-house components, whatever it may be, total quality management can work and should work.
Yeah.
And by having the total quality management systems like quality circles, we are sending a message to our outsourced parties that we insist or we want high quality. So because of that, they will not have any excuse to lower the level of quality, because they know that the top management is very, very committed for quality, and they have established these quality circles, and the quality matters a lot. So that kind of a message.
What's quality circle? What do you mean by that?
Quality circle is, that's what I told you. Now in a film you have the pre-production, post-production, all that. Some people on the production team will voluntarily set up what we call a quality circle. They will wait either early morning, or maybe after whatever the time, and they will review the thing on a regular basis.
I see.
That's what a quality circle. They are volunteers, part of your own company, part of your film production process team, but they get into a special kind of a thing outside office hours, outside their normal hours. They may come half an hour early, or they may leave half an hour later, reviewing the things on a regular basis. Imagine if there was quality circle here, then these special effects, computer imagery coming on a desert, dinosaurs coming on a desert, the noises coming up, all those things would have come up into the forefront much earlier.
So they would stay early, you said, and stay late, and
yeah, either they will come early or they will stay late. I mean, outside the office hours, outside the normal their working hours, they will spend time looking at these things on a voluntary basis, and to ensure that the quality is met. If there are any problems, they will look at those problems.
After the business day is finished, they will might say to see about the progress, or they will come next morning.
That's right. To see what exactly. Maybe not every day. Maybe once a week. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe once a week. But when we say voluntarily, what is the main? Outside there, voluntarily could be meaning they're not getting paid. Voluntarily could be meaning because it's not part of their job.
They are not paid for that one.
Not paid for that one.
Okay. They are not paid for that one.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe you also will get into the quality circle. Your job is something else, but you get into the quality circle because the quality circle is a commitment that is coming from the very top, and it includes all levels of people.
Totally, yes.
Right? Maybe you will get one of the, now for example, the quality circle here, it may be one of the main role actors.
Yes.
Right? Maybe the script writer. Some of those people who are involved in the film production will form into a quality circle, and they will be on a regular basis, on an overall basis, to look at what's happening now. Because if they were doing that kind of a thing, they would not have had this last minute shock of seeing computer imageries of dinosaurs in a desert, or big noisy music or whatever. They would not have seen it if they had done a regular review.
Yeah.
That's what a quality circle is. That is what the total quality management is. It's not a particular experts of the quality that who gets in. It may be the finance, it may be the HR, it may be an actor, it may be a script writer. They get into a kind of a circle, and maybe Monday early morning before they start the processes, they will review the thing, or maybe Friday evening they might do it, or they might meet on Saturday or whatever, and just for half an hour, 1 hour, 2 hours, maybe they will do it.
Okay. Yeah.
and they will identify the problems. They will recommend solutions to the board of directors or to the management. They are not going to implement it, right? They will make the recommendations, and the board of directors will have to take it seriously and do whatever they have to do.
Mm-hmm.
That is what a quality circle means.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, if we have that kind of a thing, the idea is there's a message going to the outsourced suppliers that Maintain demands high quality. The Maintain is not going to tolerate any low quality things.
Yep.
The moment that kind of an environment is established, the issues like what we face with Jonathan's, they say that it was not communicated properly, something will not happen.
Mm-hmm.
So that's simply the setup what we have to do. So that is what they are asking, the first part of the question.
Mm-hmm.
The board views on the maintenance approach. We should focus more adopting our approach to allow for the fact that we subcontract. So whether we subcontract or not, it's all right. We must form quality circles and review it on a regular basis, and the management must be committed to accept their recommendations.
Yes.
I remember there was a question in P3 paper some time back. A particular quality circle said the Monday morning when the people come to work, the work is not happening in the peak way. And the Friday evenings, the work is not happening in the peak way because the people want to go on Friday evenings. And Monday evening when they come, Monday morning when they come, still they are in the home environment mode. So what they said,
A bit still got alcohol in the body and blood.
Yeah, exactly, right. So what they said was, they must try to work through a kind of a scenario to get their targets to work Tuesday 8 hours, Wednesday 8 hours, Thursday 8 hours, but to release the people Friday much earlier and Monday started little late. That was the idea of the quality circle, right? So the board rejected that idea. The board rejected the idea because the board said that you have to pay overtime and you have to spend more money on electricity and all that on 3 days, and the people are meant to be working, and therefore they must start Monday early morning and work till Friday evening. But that was criticized by many people because at least they should have given a try for it. When the quality circles came out, they should have given a try for it rather than totally outright rejecting the proposal.
Yep.
And sometimes now I was working in a company, that man always want to have all the meetings on Friday evenings. He knows Friday evenings people are not working.
Everybody wants to go home early.
Everybody wants to go home. This man wants to have meetings. So I told him several times, these meetings are totally unproductive. No one is listening to you. No one is listening to me because everyone wants to go home. So it's not going. He said, no, that is the very purpose why I want to have the meetings. I want them to work. Yeah, I want them to work the 4.5 days. But Friday evening, I want them to come for the meeting. So the meetings are totally unproductive. Half are sleeping. And they were not listening to anything. Nothing went into their head because they were probably thinking of their train travel and all that to go home.
Probably didn't have much of a life of his own.
Yeah, surely. Nothing came right because definitely I know it did not come right. So these things can happen when we don't have this kind of so the quality circles recommendations must be accepted by the board of directors unless there are very good reasons why it should not be. Then, so that's first part is I think that's good enough. Second part, a little bit of finance. It's all about the successful launch will increase our share price. There are misplaced concern that this means that we must be now paying more for finance. Discuss the implications of a successful launch of our WAC in order to address. So you remember the news article said the film is a very massive hit and the share prices are rising. Right? So what is WAC? So what is WAC? Now that is what the first question is. Because we have to discuss the implications of a successful launch for our WAC. What is WAC? The WAC is basically the rate that is demanded, or the cost that, or the not the cost, the return that is demanded by the providers of the funds for the long-term funding. Long-term funding comes in two ways. One, equity capital. Other one, debt capital. Right? So the weighted average cost of capital is effectively the rate demanded by the financial markets for companies' long-term funding.
Okay. Yes. We have to give them good. WAC is good. Then yeah.
Yeah, because that is what they demand. The market demands that one. So remember, when the project is very high risk, the market will demand a higher rate. When the project is of a lower risk, the market will demand a lower rate. Right? So that is how it will happen. So higher the WAC, right? Higher the higher the WAC means, that means the people are demanding a higher rate, right? If you are demanding the higher rate, then what will happen is there is a the moment the WAC goes up and up and up, share price comes down. There's an inverse relationship between the cost of finance and the finance instrument. So always remember, when the cost of equity goes up, the share price drops. Right? It has an inverse relationship. It goes on the opposite direction. So that's what the WAC theory is. Whenever the rate, if I'm going to put it up on a note, it's something like this. Yeah. Just a minute. The formula is something like this. The value is equivalent earnings divided by cost of equity. The value of a share is equivalent to earnings divided by cost of equity. This is the formula. So what happens when the share price goes up? Look at this formula.
Earnings go up, yeah.
When the share price goes up, what happens to cost of equity? Or let me put it in another way. If the cost of equity is going down, what will happen to the share price? If the cost of equity is going up, what will happen to the share price?
Up, yeah, it's the reverse relationship.
It's a reverse ratio, isn't it? Right? So when the share price goes up, according to this formula, what you can see is cost of equity will come down. So because now, for example, it's something like this. Your share price, let's assume that your share price at the moment is, let's assume it is $2.
Yes.
$2 share price. And you are paying a dividend of, shall we say, 20 cents? 20 cents. So what is the return on the share? $2 is the share price, 20 cents, that means 10% return. So that is what we call cost of equity, 10%. Right? Share price is 20, share price is $2 and earnings are 20 cents. So it's the return is 10%. Now, just because the share price goes up, you are not going to increase the dividend, you will still pay the 20 cents. Right? Let's assume the share price goes up to 250. So now what is the cost of equity going to? Equity is 20 cents over 250. Earlier it was 20 cents over 2. Now it is 20 cents over 250. Right? Because you are still going to pay the same return. So your cost of equity in fact is coming down to 8%. Right? So the misplaced concern that we have that we are now paying more for finance is wrong. Just because the share price goes up, we are not going to increase our dividends. Right? We are not going to increase our dividend. So in fact, there is no additional cost just because the share price goes up. We will be still continuing to pay the same dividend.
Okay.
You understand?
Right? I think I want to get more detail into equity, dividends, share price, all this.
Yeah, cost of equity, cost of debt, you may want to study it a little bit more.
Yes, I think maybe Saturday lecture we can just do that.
Yeah. I think it may be good to do.
Yes, 10.
Yeah.
Yes, a bit of 10 minutes on, 15 minutes on each of these things.
Yeah.
A bit of value chain as well.
Yeah.
I think that's what I want on Saturday.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, all the lectures you have on YouTube, if you can send me the links, I will try to write the answers of everything that I've heard from you and everything. Just try and get a bit of practice of writing mocks.
Yeah,
I'm off on Saturday, Friday evening off, Saturday I'm off, Sunday Sunday so yes, obviously you can celebrate that, no problem.
Yeah.
Monday I'm off again, I think. Yes, Monday I'm off.
Okay.
So we can catch up with more things.
Okay.
I understand what you're saying, that when our share prices go up, it doesn't mean that the dividends will go up. But what I don't understand is your question. You say it's about the finance. So what is that supposed to? I'm a bit confused.
No, they are misplaced. That means that we must now be paying more for finance. Finance is our equity. Finance is our debt. So just because the share price goes up, we don't have to pay more cost. Finance means the dividends what you are going to pay.
When the company makes money, the share prices go up.
So yeah, when the company makes money, the market prices will go up. But just because the market price goes up, we are not going to pay big dividends.
Yeah, but when the market price goes up on the share, that it doesn't affect the earnings.
It doesn't.
Like for example,
no, because of the earnings, because the company has made a big profit, share price will go up.
Yeah, no, it affects that. Sorry, I understand that they reciprocate each other. Both increase.
Yeah.
I was talking about mutually proportion. What I was talking about was like you saying when you buy a share for $2, you make 20 cents out of that. Yeah, that's 10%. So that 10%, once you buy the share price go for 250. 250
still you will be paying 20 cents dividend.
Yes.
So it will come down to 8%.
But there you will be making money because your share price has gone up.
Yeah, share price goes up. It doesn't have any impact on the company.
It doesn't have any impact on the
company finances.
Company finance. They will still only get 20 pence every
because the dividends are paid as a percentage of your share price. Share. Not on the share price. It is paid as a not as a percentage, as a so many dollars or so many cents per share. But for the investor, he will get an additional return in form of a higher capital gain. Same dividend, but he might get a better capital gain. Now you invested earlier $2, right? And you were getting only a 20 cents dividend. So that's all. From the company's point of view, company paid a 20 cents. When the company has done so well, the share price goes up to 250. From the company's point of view, still the company pays only 20 cents.
Yeah.
So
But
company,
in a way,
Mhm.
company point of view is because people have to spend more money to buy the shares now.
People will have to buy more money to buy the shares. Exactly.
So they have more money coming their way,
No,
which is a
company
good
won't
thing.
get more money. Company won't get more money unless the company is going for a new issue. Company won't get more money.
So where does that money go then?
It goes from now you are the present shareholder. You bought it for 2, right? Now I
Yes.
want to buy your shares. The company is not getting involved to the stock exchange. You are selling, I'm buying
Okay. So you buy it for 250.
250. So you have another 50 cents profit for you.
I see. I see. I see.
Understand? The company won't get
Yes.
involved where company is not
Because
issuing any new more
uh,
shares.
share prices go up, and then people sell the shares and make some money out of it.
Yeah, that is what we do in the share market. There is no
Mm.
involvement in the company. If the company does well, the share what you bought for 2, you can sell it after 1 year to me for 250.
Mm.
Similarly, if the DC tree has failed, the share that you bought for 2, you may have to sell it to me at 175.
I don't see what's the point of putting money in the bank and eat interest. There's no point. You rather invest.
No, it
But
all
I think
depends. It all depends on the risk that you are willing to take. Because if the companies are doing very well, it's all right. But if the company, say now earlier, the last 3 sessions we saw this DC3 film was a failure.
mm,
So the people who invested $2 may would have got only $1 at the end of the day.
mm,
But when the film is a hit, you will get more money.
yes.
Shareholder, that is why the shareholders are investing money. That is why they take the risk. That is why we call it risk capital. The people take the risk and invest.
Mm,
When they put money on the bank, it is less risky, but they are almost sure they will get the interest.
and the main amount is not going anywhere. Deposit.
Yeah, the amount will remain the same. But share prices can go up, can come down.
Yeah.
Tomorrow you can be a billionaire, next day you can be a pauper.
Mm.
That is what
Life
happens.
is just
Yeah.
life is just a little more exciting, I suppose.
Yeah. Yeah, it can get more excited and it can give you heart attacks also. Yeah,
That's
because
part of the.
some of the people who are dabbling in the stock exchange, when the share prices comes down, overnight they can lose billions and billions.
Mm,
Because some companies can crash. Now, a film company like this can crash with one bad film, the whole thing can crash.
mm,
Now, they were always on the verge of a crash like that, because if this film was a failure, even their future films would have been a failure.
mm.
But here, thank God, something happened for them and they have come out, and now they are walking on the sky because their share prices are going up.
Mm.
So the idea here is, just because the share price goes up, that company did not pay anything higher. Company will continue to pay the same dividend, but the
Yep.
shareholders may get big money by selling the shares or whatever it is.
Yes. Yes.
But it will have an indirect pressure on the directors. When the share price
Mm,
goes up, the directors must ensure that the share prices will continue to rise.
mm.
So that can have a very positive impact upon the company, because the directors will be under pressure from now onwards to better and better and better, so that share prices will continue to rise.
Increase. Yeah.
Yeah. So that might lead both to work harder. So to it is not a question of paying more, but it will be a question of working harder, because when the share prices goes up, you don't want it to come down.
Yep.
So there will be some kind of a better commitment from the board of directors when the share prices starts going up, because they have to maintain, they have to sustain that share price increase all the time. If they relax, it can come down. So they have to continue to produce good films and show good films and to keep the share price rising up all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So this is my answer, how I will look at on this one.
Yep.
Right? So now we have done the one complete 3-hour paper with the 4 sections on a particular scenario where it was a failure, then there were risks involved, then there were things like articles coming up in the papers about the disclosures, then we had something on the costing, and then finally now we have on the quality management and about the financing aspect.
Yep.
So we covered up almost lot of areas in this section. So the next setup of mocks, we will see how it is going to work it out on some other areas.
Absolutely, yes. So we can catch up on other things on Saturday.
Yeah,
and then
let's see how Saturday is. I think Saturday all right.
Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. We'll have a lot of time to catch up.
Okay. Yeah, Saturday I'm all right. Saturday should be all right. What time Saturday is all right by you?
Anytime before 6. So we start 5, I finish 6. Anytime, I think we can start anytime before like 3:30 or not after 3:30 basically.
Yeah, so we can start at say 4 o'clock.
Yes, great.
Yeah, we can start at 4 o'clock Saturday.
Saturday 24th. Yep.
So that is on the 24th. We can start at 4.
And Monday, how are you doing on Monday?
Yeah, just a minute. 4th Saturday. That's all right. Saturday we can start 4th. Yeah, Monday. What is your program?
I'm free. Monday, Tuesday, I'm free both days.
Yeah. So Monday also we can do it at 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
Monday and Tuesday both I can do it at 4 o'clock. Okay?
Done.
Right. So we have Saturday, Monday, Tuesday, all 3 at 4 o'clock.
Done. I will make that just let you know, I'm going to make the payment on Friday.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, right. That's all right. Yes. Yes.
Just no.
That's okay.
Okay.
So we will do it on Saturday, Monday, and Tuesday.
Yes. 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 4 o'clock
Right.
each day. Yep.
Right. Yeah. Okay. I'll see you on Saturday then.
Yeah, so Saturday just a bit clear, but a bit concepts. I will ask all the questions.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. That's right. Yes. That's good. Now we can start because yeah. Now since they have done a full hour, 3-hour paper, you know the type of the paper what you are going to get it.
Absolutely, yes. Listen to a lot of your videos, your lectures that you've given me, and I will try and make notes, and whenever I get stuck, I will,
That's correct.
Questions.
Right, sure. Yes, good, great. Right then, I'll see you on Saturday.
Thanks so much. Thanks so much. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.